Hi, I am Dr. Arsalan and today we are going to explain the types of reflex actions. But before going into the topic, we should know about the reflex actions. Reflex actions may be defined as these are sudden, involuntary and unplanned actions of the body in response to a stimulus. The onset of reflex action is sudden. These are involuntary and unconsciously performed by the body as a defense mechanism and are protective in nature and are performed in response to a certain stimuli. There are 5 characteristics of the reflex action. That these are involuntary in nature. It means that these are performed without will of the body. These are instantaneous, are quick in nature, are automatically performed. These are defensive and protective in nature and are specially designed for the protection of the body organs and systems. Now we will discuss about the controls of reflex actions and that which part of the nervous system control these reflex actions. The reflex actions of the head region are controlled by the brainstem. The brainstem is a stalk-like structure present in the brain, extending from the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. These 3 structures of the brain lie in the same plane and form a stalk-like structure called brainstem, and the brainstem is required for the connection of the forebrain with the hindbrain and spinal cord. So the reflex actions of head region are controlled by the brainstem. The reflex actions below the neck region are directly controlled by the spinal cord. For example, blinking of the eyes when a foreign body comes near to our eye, sneezing or coughing when an irritant passes into the respiratory tract, shouting or screaming when injured, knee jerk, stamping of foot, withdrawal of hand from a sharp or hard object. These are certain examples of the reflex actions of the body. Now we will study the classification of the reflex actions. Basically, there are 4 types of the somatic reflex actions. These are stretching reflex, Golgi Tendon Reflex, Withdrawal Reflex, or crossed extension reflex. So all of these 4 types will be discussed in our today's lecture. The first type is stretch reflex. This is also called as myotatic reflex because it is involved with the muscles. It may be defined as the contraction of the muscles in response to the overstretching of a muscle. It maintains the constant length of the muscle and inhibits its overstretching. The stretching reflex is performed as a protective and defensive behavior to maintain the constant length of the muscle by avoiding and preventing its overstretching. The stretching reflex is shown when the muscle is overstretched from its capacity and there is chance of wear and tear of the muscle or tendons. So in order to prevent the tear and strain of the muscles and tendons, the stretching reflex occurs. For example, when a person leans on one side of the body, the muscles of hips and limbs of that area are stretched. In order to prevent this overstretching and prevent tear and strain of that muscles, consequently the contraparallel muscles of the other limbs, these are relaxed and inhibit the overstretching of the muscles. So this is called as stretching reflex or myotatic reflex. The second type is Golgi Tendon Reflex. The Golgi Tendon Reflex may be defined as it is the inhibitory effect on the muscles due to muscle tension and it is self-induced. It prevents too much tension in the muscles and tendons. Simply the Golgi Tendon Reflex, it is just the reverse of the stretching reflex and it has inhibitory effect. It shows the inhibitory effect and reverse of stretching reflex. The Golgi Tendon Reflex is performed by the body when too much tension or force is exerted on the muscle and tendon of a particular body part. This Golgi Tendon Reflex is activated by the Golgi tendon organs. The Golgi tendon organs, called GTOs, these are located in the musculo-tendinous junctions. The musculo-tendinous junctions. As we know that the tendons, these are the connective tissues which join the muscles to bones, and junctions are gaps between these tendon and muscle. This is called musculo-tendinous junction where the Golgi tendon organs are located in, and these are required or specialized for the performance of Golgi tendon reflex or inhibiting the over-tension or force on the particular muscle. The mechanism of Golgi tendon reflex is very much simple. When too much tension is exerted on the muscle or tendon of the body, there is too much tension, then responsively the alpha neurons are activated and these cease the further excitation of the muscles. Further excitation of the muscles is ceased or stopped and the muscles do not contract further and are relaxed. This is a defense mechanism and protects the tendons and the muscles due to overtension and force. The common example of Golgi tendon reflex is the patellar reflex. Patellar reflex. Patella is the bone present in the knee. It's also called as knee jerk. When this patellar tendon it is hit by hammer or solid body, it gives jerk to the knee and consequently the quadriceps muscles are relaxed. So this is called patellar reflex or Golgi Tendon Reflex. Third type is the withdrawal reflex. It may be defined as, it involves the coordination of contraction of all flexor muscles, causing the limbs to suddenly retract or withdraw from a potentially damaging stimulus. Withdrawal reflex is a simple and common type of the reflex actions. It is performed in response to the hazardous, dangerous or potentially harmful stimulus in which the body part, limbs, hand or foot, these are retracted or withdrawn or pulled up from the potentially harmful stimulus. For example, the pinching of the sharp object into the hand, touching the hot objects, touching the sharp object. This is associated with the painful stimulus in which the affected body part is protecting itself by retracting or withdrawal response. Next is the crossed extensor reflex. It may be defined as, in which the contralateral limb, it means the opposite limb, compensates for supporting the body when one limb is withdrawn from a painful stimulus. It is basically associated with the withdrawal reflex, so it has close association with withdrawal reflex. For example, something sharp has pinched the leg of a person and he withdraws his leg. This is the withdrawal reflex. And supportingly, this opposite leg of the person, it bears the whole weight of the body, so the stretched position of the body may be maintained and the person may not fall down. So this compensatory behavior, this is called crossed extensor reflex, in which one part of the body compensates the other body part during a painful stimulus. So these were the 4 important kinds of the reflex actions. Hope you have understood these types of the reflex actions. Keep watching my videos. Thank you.